Hello, and welcome to Dom and Dragons, the podcast where Helpful Go Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons with Dominic Monaghan. Sorry, excuse me. Taking my emotions down. Not too excited. Everything's fine. I'm Andrew Gilbert, but tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing McKeck Tumbledown.
Hey, everybody.
What's up? Lena playing Elif Fire.
Hi.
Guess what she's good at? Adam playing Connie Demure.
Hey, everybody. Glad to have you here.
And, of course, Dom Monaghan himself playing Cryon Fane.
What's up, guys? How come you introduced me last? What was that about? I feel very nervous now. It's a lot of pressure. It's my first time playing.
It's the introducing prep. We're introducing you into it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You built me up. I'm going to disappoint you. You built me up.
Impossible. We're going to have a good time. All right. So if you want to just doodle on in the background, you guys can do that while I say a whole bunch of boring announcements. Hang in there, everyone. We're going to get to Dungeons and Dragons very soon. All right. So tonight on Twitch, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. We have a lovely group of regulars that can probably answer most queries about us or the game itself. We'll try to keep an eye on chat as well. But we will be busy, and there's a decent amount of you already. So feel free to talk in that and have a good time. We are also Twitch affiliate, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And anyone who has Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free through Twitch Prime. It's easy to get those accounts linked and set up. A couple acknowledgements as we get going. We're using Roll20 as our virtual tabletop for the game. Some of the music comes from Incompetech and Tabletop Audio, and in our loading screen, we have all those listed in case you're interested. But in particular, I really want to shout out Sam Winnie, who wrote an amazing opening piece and theme song called Beasts of Burden, which is awesome. And to Monty, Twitter @MiraculousMonty, for the amazing, cute artwork. Super fun, Monty. Thanks for doing that. And for the Dungeon Master icon as well. I love it so much. Also, quick plug for more D&D tomorrow night on Felicia Day's channel. That's twitch.tv/Felicia Day at 7 p.m. Pacific time. 10 Eastern. It's the cast of The Guild. They're going to be reuniting and playing D&D over there and raising money for No Kid Hungry. So if you're not doing too much and you can't get enough D&D after tonight, which will be hard because we're going to be pretty amazing, you can go check them out. A note about Dungeons & Dragons in general. We're using 5th edition, which is the newest edition of the game to play. And Dungeons & Dragons is a game of collaborative storytelling. It is unscripted. I have scenarios in mind for the evening, but no one knows exactly where this is going to go. And there are a few house rules, which if we come across those, I will ping and flag for you. But other than that, we're sticking pretty close to the rules as written. And I'm also a proponent of the rule of cool. So if something is cool enough, I'm totally okay bending the rules to match that moment. So also for the players to keep in mind. Do something cool, I'll reward you. I think that does it for now. And I'll direct you toward our Twitter and Facebook stuff at the end of tonight's game. Other than that, I just kind of want to get started into the game itself. Anyone else have any questions, comments before we jump into the game proper?
Dom Monaghan is here.
Yep.
I just wanted to
say that.
I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Process. Okay, cool. We're good.
I have no questions. This is all new to me, and I'm very interested and curious and ready to get going. I think certainly out of this group of experienced players, I'm going to represent the person going, what do I do now and how? So I'm going to be that person. So hopefully people will be charmed by that as opposed to be completely irritated by that.
You'd be surprised, I do that quite a bit, and I've been playing for over a year now.
Yay!
And we love helping people learn this game.
Yeah,
Cool.
100%. Yeah, it's fun. Everyone should play this game. It's amazing. So I guess without further ado, let's begin tonight's episode of Dom and Dragons. And let's get going. It is dark under the blanket of war, and the poorest among us are easily forgotten. In a conflict between the nations of Goholnia and Wigmols, in the continent of Greater Banya, the small town of Burden, which sits near the borders between the two, now hosts the Goholnian war effort. It is occupied space, and the new influx of soldiers and officers had a toll on the people of this already poor community. See, Burden is the kind of place that makes locals say, Burden sticks with you. It sits near a marsh with unpaved streets, while the sky rains more than it don't. The muddy town used to lie on a major trade route that required horses, donkeys, oxen, and wagons to continue operating without any hiccups, all of which the people supplied to needy travelers. Now it sits sinking into the mud with neglect, a brown, lumpy mess underneath a graying sky. It's a hard life for those who've stuck around here, and honest work is rare even when the trade is good. Now, there are no traveling caravans or merchants, no circuses passing by, no wandering wizards nor illustrious bards. Survival now means looking outside of law and order. And this is precisely what brings a particularly quick halfling to the edge of the town prison on this rainy evening. Dom, would you mind describing your character?
I would be delighted. My character is called Cryon Fane. He is, and I'm hoping that this is the popular vote and not the kind of obvious vote that makes people go, "Ah!" He is a halfling. So smaller than the average human by a couple of feet. Stout. He has long, I described it as Jesus-like hair. A scar that runs down the left side of his face, which who knows, maybe we'll find out about later. Bright, curious eyes. He's well dressed. He was at one point, not too long ago, part of a religious order which he was thrown out of in disgrace. And who knows, maybe we'll get into that too. He's intelligent, never seems to shy away from a fight, is a fast thinker and also a fast mover, and doesn't necessarily favor any weapons, but is quite spry on his feet. I think that's a good way to describe him initially.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. All right, well, Mr. Fane, you have, let's say just for now reasons, made your way to the town jail, the prison itself. The prison itself is, well, it's kind of sinking into the mud. The heavy stone walls over many, many years have just slowly sunk and sunk and sunk to the point where when you get to the kind of the stonework on the walls, at the very bottom where it's touching the ground, you can see a window for bars, and that's about as much as it's sunk down already. What is it you'd like to do here at this prison area?
Is there no noticeable kind of door entryway? It's only the window that I can see?
Yeah, there is an entryway up front that has some guards at it. And being sneaky, for now at least, you've kind of elected to go on the backside.
Okay, well, if it's safe, which it seems to do so, apart from, excuse me, maybe getting some muddy feet, can I go over and have a little look through that window?
Yeah, absolutely. So you take a look in the window. All right. So as you look in the window, the first things that they sort of greet your gaze are two rather large wolves sitting in a locked jail cell. There is a kind of mangled-looking goblin sitting on a bench across from them. And as you're kind of peering in, he looks up at you and he kind of hoarsely says, "Ah, well, what are you doing up there?"
Okay. So those are the only people that I can see, huh?
Yeah. To your right and to your left, there are kind of other windows if you wanted to look in other jail cells as well. You think you're just kind of looking into one of them at the moment.
Well, let me... Since none of those three people seem to be terribly Cryon, can I go over to what would be Cryon's right-sided window and have a peer through there?
Sure, yeah. So you peer in that window, and there's an old orc chained up and just kind of laying on the ground. He seems to be sleeping.
Okay, I feel like I'm 0 for 2 at this point. That's okay. Good start. How about the far window? And I'll probably give the middle window a little bit of a wide berth as I'm heading past it, since those guys don't seem to be too friendly.
Yeah. So you head over to the other window, and this is quite a sight. You actually see the individual that you saw at the town tavern earlier in the evening. The very, very large, kind of monstrous figure in the duster. He is sitting in this jail cell at the moment. That is across from you.
Right, the smoking gentleman.
Yeah.
Right.
There is a woman with fiery red hair that almost even seems to be glowing very slightly. And you almost didn't see it, but to your left, what you kind of took as a large rock for the moment actually pokes a head out, a crown of flowers on its head. And then you realize, this is what's called a tortle, or a tortoise person.
Nice.
And they all just kind of, as one, look up at you.
Now, there seems to be guards kind of patrolling around the side of the building. If they see me, I'm in trouble, right?
Maybe, yeah. The guards in town, the Gaholnian army, seems to, not be very friendly.
I mean, if they get at the moment, it seems like I'm in a secluded spot. If they start to come into my eye line, I would like to kind of nip around that corner so I'm not seen. But at this point, it seems that I'm safe. If I remain safe, can I elect to talk to this group?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Cryon has a slightly deeper voice than me, which is interesting because most of the directions that is, can you talk with less of a deeper voice because we can't understand you, which is great. So I'm not going to do an even deeper voice than that. So Cryon says, my friends, I would like to help you out if I can. I'm assuming you'd like to escape. I would be more than happy to try and help you out with that. Is there anything in the cell around that we can use to break these bars?
I don't know. I'd really like you to get me out of here, though. I mostly just see, this chain that I'm chained to this horrible bugbear man with, and I don't like him very much, so I'd love it if you could get me out of here.
I'm jerking on that chain.
He doesn't seem that bad.
I'll do my best, you guys. Incidentally, when you guys were locked up, no one happened to see a music box of any sort, did you? Nothing like that in the cell in the prison.
I didn't. I just woke up though. Anyone else?
I made a squad of guards carry me in here while I was in my shell, so I didn't see much. It was funny though.
Guys, I'm just going to nip around this corner for a second because the guards are doing that.
I was going to say, you just barely hear guards starting to come around the corner.
Let me just nip around this blind spot. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
All right. Why don't they can't hear you because there's not going to be a window there for you to really talk down into yet. And why don't you go ahead and give me a stealth check to see how sneakily you were able to get around that corner.
Stealth check. Hang on a second.
He seemed nice.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hit the stealth thing, right?
Yep, just hit the word in the skills section. First roll, solid 15. Yeah, so at the moment, you don't think they've seen you at the moment. However, in this little cubbyhole back here, there's really not a lot to hide behind, and it does seem like they're just kind of doing rounds around the entirety of this place. So you're worried they're gonna see you pretty soon.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like I'm looking at this map. It doesn't seem like there's any real opportunity to kind of enter through anywhere else, right? I mean, I could try and enter through the front, but is that guarded, or is that the guards that are walking around the prison?
You're not exactly sure. It might be unguarded at this point, but it's. I mean, technically, you do know one way to enter this prison, and that is to get caught snooping around the prison. Not saying you have to do that, but if you wanted to be sneaky about it, you could even confront this.
That's interesting. That would mean that I would basically be in the same predicament as Green friends here, potentially.
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, I mean, it's definitely an interesting way to try and break it from the inside out. Why don't I head over to the front and try my luck with just walking in through the front door?
All right. So if you want to, you can kind of dash around the edge of the prison over here. They probably will see you if you just make a run for it.
Okay. Well,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, but you're also quicker than they are. Yeah. Even for a halfling, they start to chase, but you slide on the mud around the corner as it's raining. You come down to the jail cell proper, and it doesn't look like anyone is out front at the moment. There is kind of a large kind of iron gate on the ground that you can pull up and then head downstairs a little bit, and that is the main entrance to the guard chamber.
Let's do that. Is it heavy? Is it doable for a halfling?
Yeah, give me a strength check to see if you can lift this thing.
He's not necessarily. He's known for a few things that he can.
Yeah. The
strongest guy in the world. Let's see.
17. That's very good. Yeah, you pull into this and it creaks open really loudly, and you can hear some of the Goholian guards above kind of shouting, "Aye, stop that!" and then you slam it down and are down in the area in which you sort of file prisoners through. There is a guard at the other end. He's sitting in a chair, and he happens to be asleep at the moment. And then just past him, there's a barred gate that's closed.
Okay, well let's certainly attempt to sneak past him. Is that a table on the right hand side?
Yeah, it's kind of a bench area, a long bench.
So can I sneak past our sleeping guard? It doesn't look like there's anything on the table or the bench. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks pretty sturdy. It doesn't look like much.
Nothing on it though. Nothing sat on it. There's no keys or anything.
Not that you can see. Yeah, give me a perception check to kind of scan the room. See if you can see anything here.
I mean, maybe our guard has some keys.
A 13. Yeah, it's not super hard to see. There are keys dangling off of this one's belt.
Boom. I mean,
if you wanted to, you could probably try to take it off of it.
I feel like this might be one of the halflings' real strength is kind of sleight of hand, dexterity type stuff. But yeah, let's try and take the keys. Let's try and take the keys off this guard.
All right. He's sleeping, so he's not paying any attention to you or anything. You get up there pretty quietly. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
And about this time, then you also hear the 23.
23. I am killing the early game. I do this.
This is great. Yeah, you're rolling incredibly well. You're able to pry the keys very quietly without even jingling them off of this guy.
This just means that my mid game and my late game is fold like a flan in a cupboard. But at this point, I'm enjoying it.
Take it when you can get it, though.
Exactly. There seems to be a table to my right with stuff on it and another guard. Can I check to see if that guard is sleeping?
Right, yeah. So you take the keys and you put it into the iron gate.
Oh, I'm not in yet. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And you can see through the bars that there's a couple guards awake.
Okay.
Just across. And you do hear the gate behind you. So you think those guards are following you down here.
Okay, so I've got a guard asleep behind me.
Yeah.
Coming in, and I've got two guards awake at the next section. So I am in a little bit of a pickle, potentially. Can I hide behind the sleeping guard? Oh, I guess these guys are coming in through the main entrance. They're gonna see me even if I am hiding behind the guard.
Maybe you. That's one of the specialties of a Lightfoot halfling is you can hide behind creatures that are a size larger than you. And you're a small creature. He's a medium, so technically
that does seem to be a bit of a blind spot. Why don't I hide behind this sleeping guard on the chance that maybe these guys are just doing the rounds, and then I might have a few more options.
Okay,
I'll do that.
Beautiful. Give me a stealth check then. Let's see if these rolls keep coming.
I'm telling you, I think it's gonna stay strong.
Yeah.
Very terribly.
Oh, oof.
Oh goodness, great! It's happened.
That's already. That's a 7. Yeah, Cryan, you're stuck between these guards, not knowing exactly how to get in without being seen. The guards are coming behind you, prying open the gate, and you just kind of freak out for a second and just pull the guard on top of you so that just no one can see you for a moment. As you do that, his face kind of scrapes against the wall, and he wakes up at that point.
Goodness.
we'll come back to you then, Cryon, in a moment.
Yeah, that seems like a good call.
So, Elif, Connie, Mikek, why don't you go ahead and describe yourselves at this point? As you're sitting in this dark, dank, muddy chamber, you just saw a halfling poke his head through the window and say something about escape, and then you heard guards running and chasing someone. That's a curious series of events. But what is it that, what do you all look like, let's say? Why don't we start with Connie?
Connie, who Cryon had seen a little bit ago out on the street. That was some session 0 business that we didn't stream. Cryon gave Connie a light. And now he sees Connie in jail. Connie is a classic kind of towering bugbear, looming, definitely intimidating, but he also gives off kind of a grouchy teddy bear vibe. I think kind of like a cross between the brother in Everybody Loves Raymond and Jeff Bridges and True Grit, maybe. I don't know. He's got brown fur all over, except for a black-gray mustache and blackish-grayish mutton chop streaks framing his face. He's a bit more beast than bug and more bear than goblin. He wears old, dusty, leathery clothes, no armor, under an old, dusty, faded black trench coat. He's also got an old, dusty 11-gallon hat on his head. His hairy, wedge-shaped bugbear ears, they used to be hidden by his hat, but they don't stand up straight anymore like most bugbear's ears do. They sort of slouch out from under his hat, almost as tired of the world as he is. Oh my God. I'm just...
What a metaphor.
And when he smiles, which is rare, although I suspect Cryon might have looked through the window right around the time when Connie was giving this huge smile at Elif, and he was showing his huge, sharp bugbear teeth. And these teeth are scary, even to me, and I am playing him. So that's Connie Demure. And he's currently chained to Elif and kind of being kind of aggressive with Elif. And he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounded weird.
Not, I didn't mean to sound like he's like
my.
being threatening. Is that better? I don't know.
And he's enjoying it because he hates her.
They have a history. Let's just say that.
All right. Elif next, then?
So Elif is an ASMR, so she's pretty human-sized. She's about 5'7", pretty average weight. She's really unruly and unkempt looking. Her hair is bright red and orange and very curly and bushy, and not curly and bushy like nice curls, but like she kind of forgets to brush it and it's super frizzy. Her skin glows slightly, it's very pale, and she has really bright metallic orange eyes that don't have any pupil or whites. They're just solid orange, and they kind of glow a little too. She's got ash smeared in random places on her face and on her hands, and some of the ends of her hair and some of the ends of her clothing look like they've been slightly burnt. She doesn't seem to care at all about this. Like, she doesn't seem like she's in pain or she's been through a fire. She just looks like she's always a little smoldering almost. She's dressed all in black and doesn't have any weapons because she's in jail. So yeah, that's her. Right now she's just kind of glaring daggers at Connie, but also looks like she's trying to listen and see if the halfling she saw is coming to help, because she does not like being stuck in jail as much as she spent a lot of time here.
Awesome. Great. And Mikek.
Mikek, if he was standing up, which maybe he has with the presence of this strange friendly halfling, stands about 6'3", and weighs about 600 pounds. He's large even by the standards of a turtle. He wears sort of loose-fitting brown pants, no shirt. Around his neck you can see a medallion with an emblem of a small turtle and a little bit of, it looks like turtle scale or turtle shell glinting in it. There's a flower crown which has more herbs than flowers in it, resting on his head. And he's sort of gently looking back and forth between the two of his new cellmates, going, "Now, perhaps we could calm down a little. There was that fun, friendly fellow. Oh, you're just pulling on the chains again. Okay."
I'm only in here because of her, and I didn't even know you were a turtle until just now. What were you doing hiding in here this whole time?
You're in here because you're like literally the worst at everything, Connie. This is not my fault at all, and I don't know why you're blaming me for that. It's totally your fault for trying to attack me and kidnap me, and then drawing a bunch of attention to me and getting me stabbed. Like, this is all on you. You're the problem.
Capturing a bounty is not kidnapping, all right? And like I said, I warned you about those other bounty hunters, and you just couldn't tell what I was communicating. That ain't my fault.
Yeah, well, you got a net thrown over you and then just tried to like slam into them. You are like the worst bounty hunter I've ever seen. You're terrible at that. You were a terrible sheriff and you're a terrible bounty.
If you've recently suffered from any stab wounds, might I recommend a healing salve from Tumbledown's flower crowns?
That would be great. Do you have that?
In jail, so no. But you can visit either of our locations in town.
Thanks.
As you are talking amongst yourselves, you hear the gates swing open. You hear a commotion. Some clanking. And then very quickly, a young halfling man being marched over and thrown in the jail cell with you. Though most of the guards, severe black eyes. So at least there's that. One of them steps in and Cryon, he puts manacles on you, connects the chain then to the manacles of Mekek in this corner. And then says, "This is where we are going to all settle down. All of you are disrupting the peace. If it were up to me, you would be dead. And now I have to ice my face? So...
For bruises, might I recommend... Oh, he's gone. Unfortunate. A missed opportunity.
The gate shuts behind you. The guards kind of go back to their post. Cryon, you're sort of nursing a bruised jaw yourself here. They didn't hurt you too bad, but they did subdue you, if that makes sense.
Hey guys, little awkward. Sorry about that. Tried my best. I'm gonna give myself an A. C minus for actual performance. But it's nice to meet you. My name is Cryon. I think I gave you a light earlier on outside the tavern. Is that correct, my huge friend?
Connie will tear his angry stare away from Elif to look at you, and at first, like he definitely doesn't recognize you, or like it's not like registering for him. So we'll just kind of like huff and like turn back to Elif, but he'll do a little double take and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're that shorty who gave me a light outside the one-eyed beast's burden."
See, how to win friends and influence.
I wouldn't call me a friend just yet, shorty. Why are you in here? Why were you trying to break us out?
Is this part of the plan?
Well, it is part of the plan. Yes. I actually have an alternate mission that I'm hoping to achieve. I've been told that there is a certain music box somewhere around this cell, which is why I was asking you guys if you'd seen it. But of course, I would like to free you and ironically me too at this point. Can I ask my dungeon master expert friend, did the guards significantly frisk Cryon when he was put in the cell? I know at one point he had keys on him. Does he still have those?
He did. Did you try to, even while getting beat up, did you try to kind of pocket one of those?
Absolutely, he did. I think that's the reason why he got involved in fisticuffs, was just trying to put something into a concealed pocket somewhere.
I love it. All right, yeah, give me a stealth, or give me a sleight of hand check to see like how many keys you could have kind of gotten off and hit.
Oh, fingers crossed, you guys. This could be huge. Sleight of hand, you say?
Yeah.
Oof.
8.
Oh, no.
Oof. You were able to get one off, and you had to kind of hide it quickly. They didn't see it, but you were only able to get one. And you're not sure if it's this cage or not.
I would think at this point, Cryon turns to the gang and says, "But fear not, friends. I do have potentially one thing that may solve our predicament." And then he goes over to the keyhole and gives it a little jiggle.
All right. give me just a straight D6 roll. So just
D6 roll.
Yeah, just a 6-sided die here. 1. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. You try the key in the lock for the cell here, and it doesn't work. It doesn't quite fit. But you do look around the room and you see that each of your manacles have sort of a keyhole. And you kind of wonder if one of those might work with the keys.
Okay, so I think I give my friends as charming a shrug and smile as possible and kind of say, well, doesn't do the door. Maybe it will do one of our 4 manacles. I'll go first.
All right. Yeah, you try to put it in your own manacles. It doesn't quite work.
So in that case,
you probably then go around the room checking each
in
one.
In that case, I think I'm going to pass it over to my lovely flower and herb-headed friend, who I'm manacled to.
Oh,
yeah.
See, you have a key. That's at least a C+ for execution.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've been upgraded.
Does the
McKeck, you try it on yours. Doesn't seem to work.
Unfortunate. Here you go, Fire Lady.
Great, thanks. I will definitely get you all out of here if I get out of here. I promise, totally. I'm going to try the key.
You try the key on the manacles. It does not work on yours either, I'm afraid.
Dang. Do we want Connie unchained? I know you guys think he's nice, maybe, but he's actually been trying to slam me into the ground repeatedly and stuff. He's not nice. Should I get this to him?
I think he'll free us, though, right? Wouldn't he be as in to get out of here, Aleph?
I mean, I don't know. He used to be the law, right? He was a really corrupt law. He was a bad law, bad man. But he was the sheriff in this town, so he might just leave us in here.
Connie's staring daggers at Aleph with his paw out.
I mean, we've all had a go. Let's give him a try.
All right, I'm trusting your judgment, and I'll pass it to him.
All right. Connie, you turn the manacles over, get the key in, and it clicks open. Woohoo! Your hands are loose, and if you wanted to remove them, that's totally fine. As you're doing that, you hear the guards coming back down the hall toward your cell.
As a former sheriff, Connie is no stranger to the types of movement patterns that might be found inside of a jailhouse. So he will actually think to be a bit subtle and leave the manacle on for now, and kind of keep
Okay.
the key hidden in his palm as he hears the guard approach.
All right. So you kind of wrap the chain just like around your wrist a little bit, and everything then seems to kind of stay in place. Though Cryon, it seems you were successful in taking Connie's, the key for Connie's manacles.
I think maybe
So the-
Cryon gives him a little wink and says, "You're welcome. That's 2 you owe me now, partner."
See, B minus at minimum.
Clang, 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 clang against the bars. This is really obnoxious knight of the Gaholian army. Well, so as a change of plans, because you are all so a thorn in my paw, let's say, I have something else for you that I would need to happen. And not let you rot in the cell, that would be inhumane. And he starts to walk away. Put them into carriage. And at this, several guards are going to start opening up the gate, and you're not exactly sure what they have planned for you, but technically it sounds like you're getting out of the jail.
I don't have a great feeling about this.
Hey,
Oh,
Andy.
man.
Yes.
Have I been sitting in here long enough to have completed a short rest?
Yes. Yeah, you've been sitting in here, for a few hours. So definitely you could have had a short rest.
So,
Cool.
so a few
Sounds obvious.
guards, guards are here opening the cell.
Yes, you hear definitely more guards in the area, but like 4 of them are at the base of the cell here.
Oh God. This is my first time playing Barbarian, everybody. But
No, you're good.
I think Connie's gonna put up a fight. Once anybody kind of comes in, like, he is throwing the manacles away and he is just going for it. Because he's still angry and like really, really frustrated.
Sounds good.
And since I already said it's happening, I can't take it back.
That's not actually a rule.
Oh, really? Can I there are take backsies?
It's not like
Yeah,
removing your
take
finger from the
backsies, I guess.
chess piece.
I mean, if somebody Andy, you know Connie maybe as well as I do. Is there a character reason why maybe he wouldn't like try to fight these guards right now?
Other than just wanting to see where this goes, you don't have any weapons on you. There are lots of guards in this place. This is not a fight you win. You would know that.
100%.
Now,
Yeah.
that being said, if you still fight, of course that's something you want to try. Up to you.
He's gonna do it with no expectation of actually winning. He's gonna do it just because like he's so kind of keyed up right now,
Yeah.
and his id has just kind of taken over in the moment, and he's gonna fight like an idiot.
Like a bugbear in a jail cell.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. As soon as they open the gate, Connie, you burst up, throwing your manacles aside, throw up your hands, ready for a fight. And at this, you see another one of the guards wave a small wand in the air, and as that happens, Cryon, Mikek, and Elif, the manacles on your hands start to become electrified and start
Ow.
to shake it.
Bad.
And Connie, you look around, you see this as these generally innocent people now seem to be paying for your situation. Is that enough to calm you down, or are you more involved in the fight?
Are these kind of electrical manacles something that Connie again, with a background in law enforcement,
Yeah.
maybe not necessarily like army level, would he be familiar with these? Are these going to kill these people?
You don't think they'll kill him, but it's certainly hurting them. And it could kill them if it continues. Yeah.
That's not enough for Connie yet. I'm sorry, guys.
Thanks.
I would appreciate
Thanks.
this if
Here.
it stopped.
Connie's still fighting. He's going
All
to
right,
try
the others.
yeah.
Yeah, the other everyone else is kind of stunned for a moment with the manacles frying your hands. Connie, why don't you give me a initiative roll? And just Connie for now, and if the others need to join in later, that's fine.
12.
12. All right. Sounds good. All right. Technically, you got the jump on them. They tried to do the magical manacles, and that didn't work. So if you want to throw a punch, feel free.
Is this a... This probably... Is it a surprise attack?
Yes, we'll say it's a surprise. They are officially surprised.
Okay, so should I just do my two-handed pike attack?
You
or
roll a
strength
strength check. That's it. Yeah.
because I don't have any weapons or anything.
You. Unlike Cryon, you are not trained in martial arts.
All right, that's a 7 strength roll.
Yeah, a wild haymaker. Whoosh. And the guard just kind of ducks out of the way, and then immediately they rush you. They're gonna go ahead and you don't have a. Are you raging at this point? Technically,
I am not technically raging. No,
Oh, Jesus.
this was a really bad idea.
so what's your armor class? 14. All right. Oh no.
It
Oh,
ain't
no.
that crit hit.
Eesh.
This is the end of Connie.
If it is, I will be disappointed, but also
You
kind
see,
of...
just okay. Yeah. So one house rule I have. If someone rolls a crit hit, I had a special little table for crit hits. Oh no.
Vital wound?
Yeah. As you throw your haymaker, you just see spears. Just so many spears. They're just through the bars. They're just stabbing at you. The rest of you watch now as your manacles stop tasing you. Essentially, you watch as Connie falls backward, unconscious on the ground. 4 spears sticking out of him at various points.
That felt a little excessive.
You hear the knight walking back. Do we want to try this again? I suggest you all come with me to the carriage.
I don't think any
I'm
of the
fine
rest
with
of us
that.
had
I
objected.
have no arguments whatsoever. Let's go for a lovely carriage ride. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna heal him?
You see him sort of reluctantly, like one of them with the wand is still pointing it at the 3 of you, and another one is wrapping him up in bandages. He looks, to your medically trained mind, he looks stable, let's say.
Okay.
Aleph is gonna whisper to Cryon, Hey, is this part of the plan still? This seems a little, I don't know. Is this part of the plan?
Cryon just looks down and said, "Maybe we should just go with the gods."
Oh, okay. Yeah, this will be fine.
C+ at a minimum.
All right. You are loaded into the back of a carriage drawn by 2 large draft horses. There's a guard sitting on the front of the carriage, driving. You have the knight who was yelling at you is on a horse traveling next to the carriage, and then you have about 3 other guards on either side, and you are nervous. You catch your breath. Connie is still unconscious. Absolutely. Mikek and Cryon, you are again tied to each other through like a 15-foot chain of manacles. And Elif, you are tied to Connie as well. And you're not exactly sure where they're taking you, because you're leaving Burden proper. You're I don't know why I keep saying that, proper. But you're leaving Burden, and you're heading just south of town into a little bit more of the swamps. Elif, you recognize this area as some of the ruins of an old city are still kind of protruding through the grass and the muck here. Mikek, you realize this is actually a very nice place for specific kinds of herbs. Lavender specifically grows really nice here. Cryon, you're not as familiar with this area, and it just kind of looks like a random muddy area now outside of town. When the carriage pulls up and stops, the horses pull back. The knight gets off his horse, comes over to the edge of the carriage, and raps on it with what looks to be a mace in his hand. Is everyone going to be cordial at this point?
At what point have I not been cordial? I just made a simple request and then you dragged me into your dungeons.
Right? Like, I got shot, and you just like then stabbed me repeatedly. You saw me get shot, and then the guard stabbed me repeatedly and brought me here. I don't know how I was the wrong one at
Enough!
first.
We will do it again. I know how to stab and shoot.
Great. That's great. I'm so proud of you.
I mean, I was just
You should
walking
make up your
around
mind.
the prison, just walking around, stretching my legs. Suddenly, I'm thrown into the cell, but fine.
You were sneaking around the prison.
Well,
That's what you were doing.
I mean, I look sneaky because I'm so small, but I was simply just out for a stroll.
Yeah, you're discriminating against short people when you say he looks like he was sneaking just because he's short. That is so incredibly rude.
It feels super discriminatory.
Shortest.
He actually does look a little flummoxed by that. He kind of looks back and forth. I meant no disrespect. He'll open the carriage door. We are having a problem here. And as a morale booster for me and my men, we very much would like to see you solve it. Why don't you step out of the carriage? We'll wake up your big, smelly friend.
Okay.
Is
I
it
guess I'll
there
give
anything-
Connie a shake.
And there's nothing that we can we don't have anything on us that can help Connie out, like heal him in any way? No.
You don't have any potions or anything on you, no. He's
Did he say
still
for
unconscious, but
Did he say for us to wake him up, or that they would wake him up?
yeah, he asked for you guys to wake him up.
Given that you've, arrested all of us, it seems a little difficult and unreasonable to expect us to wake him up. You're the military. Surely you have access to something.
Mikek, give me a persuasion roll for that.
Oh, I am not spec'd for charisma.
Okay.
Oh no!
There's the first fumble.
Fail. That's a fumble. That's a crit miss. He sort of laughs at you, and says, he points to the bog, basically filled with water, and says, "Throw him in there. I'm sure you'll be fine." They wanted us to heal him.
Large turtle man, can you throw him in there? I know I'm manacled to him. Also, just dip him in because I'm manacled to him, and I don't want to go in there with him. I'll drown. And I can't pick him up. He's huge.
Very well. Incidentally, is the problem that you need help with related to your bowels? Because if so, I may have an ointment.
What?
No? Okay.
No, of course not.
Because it kind of seems like it might be.
Yeah, you are giving across a little bit of a vibe.
My bowels are fine.
So I'm gonna sort of pick up Connie and start like dragging him towards the water's edge.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna sort of dip him gently in, and as I do so, I'm going to whisper a healing word spell.
Ah, okay. Go ahead and roll for that, yeah.
7 healing? I don't know why it showed 2 dice rolling on my screen, but it's 7 healing.
All right, Connie, you are healed 7 hit points. That puts you at a grand total of 7.
Okay, I was gonna ask. All right. This is really bad.
McKeck's gonna look up.
It's a little bad.
McKeck's gonna look up. That was a good suggestion, sir. Despite your bowel problems, you do seem to know what's effective with this water.
Thank you very much.
So Connie's awake now?
Yeah, so Connie, you like sputter, like yeah, you're half submerged into like swampy bog water.
You're okay. You're okay.
Raise your head. You see Cryon, McKeck. Yeah.
Oh, God. Rogic. Damn it. Elif. This is all your fault.
I have no idea how this is my fault. This is definitely all your fault. You keep screwing everything up. You screwed up by getting caught in here and stuck in here, and now you've screwed up by trying to, I don't know, punish the guards when you were vastly outnumbered and they were armed? I don't even know what you were doing. You were terrible at life.
Guys. I mean, fighting between us is not going to help. We have a comment. Come on, let's just calm it down a little bit.
But I guess that's a good point. I will try to just ignore him, even though I am manacled to him.
Connie will slowly get to his feet like a big, slow, dumb cow.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right. Yeah, you get to your feet. Everyone else, you're sort of sinking in the swamp just a little bit. And the night kind of motions you further in past a few of the kind of ramparts of an old decaying ruin here. And then the rest of the knights and guards kind of stay outside of that a little bit. And then you hear a gurgling, a bubbling in the swamp. A large bubble starts to rise out, and it pops. And for a second, you almost thought you saw something in the bubble, or in the mud, or in the muck. And then right in front of you, Connie, something rises out of the muck. It's almost made out of muck and mud itself. And it spreads wings wide, and it begins to flap up in the air. The mud itself that it's made out of, its wings made out of mud. It starts to slap against the water next to it and fly up right in front of you. And why don't we take a quick little break before...
I was gonna say
we get into a giant fight.
I was gonna say, can we say that bubble kind of blowing up took like 8 hours to blow?
That would be great.
So you could recover? No. I'm afraid
Just
not.
slap. Get along
Are we
with
still attached to each other?
Yes. That's
Andy.
the beauty. Yeah, I love
I'm gonna push you in a swamp in real life.
I apologize. Let's take a quick little 5-10 minute break. Players, go ahead and get some to drink, get some to eat. Hang in there, chat. We'll be back, hopefully, with a fun fight that doesn't end up in everyone dying.
This is an extremely serious bowel problem.
Yeah. How are you feeling so far, Dom?
All right. Taking us out.
I feel great. I'm in pretty quickly, right?
Awesome. Yeah. Good.
Our big tank got destroyed, so
Yeah, right.
All right. We'll see how it
Right.
goes.
made me feel a little insecure. I don't know about you guys, but the map. Other people are not hearing us.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to Dumb and Dragons, Part 2. So, a quick recap. Cryon valiantly found a way into the jail that he was going to scope out anyway. Met a few friends along the way, and is literally tied to them, as the keepers of the jail seem to need or want to, maybe just for sport, want to watch you all deal with a problem they've had.
Andy, how about Connie's fight? Was that valiant? That was valiant, right?
It was we'll call it valiant. Sure. Yeah, Adam.
Oh,
Valiant.
That's the word for it.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. So you were taken out of town, deposited in this swamp, healed Connie just a little bit, and are now sort of face to face with a kind of demonic looking creature made entirely out of mud that's flapping its wings in front of you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need you to roll initiative, which means please click on your icon, your player icon on the map, and then go to your character sheet and click initiative.
Woo!
That should then automatically take us up there.
I will take a 18 for initiative. So I'm slow as a
20.
turtle.
20 for Connie.
Nice.
I got a 12. That's not nice.
It's okay.
I'm having a couple of loading issues.
Uh-huh. Don't worry.
So it's
Oh,
currently
good.
saying reading core rulebooks. I could try and roll. Is it a D20? I could try and roll it. I don't think it's going to work, right?
Do you see the map
Oh,
right
no.
now, Dom?
I do not see the map. I just see a black screen and it says reading core rulebooks.
Oh.
I think it's, Roll20 trying to load that. Maybe try to go out of Roll20 and back in.
Yeah,
See if
roger
that
that.
helps.
Do a little refresh action.
A little refresher.
I like how Connie's doing the tech help now.
Yeah.
Do a little refresh.
I'm gonna walk you through this.
Okay, I made it to the home page. I'm going to try and launch the game now. Apologies for the delay.
Not at all. You're good.
No problem.
This is a live recording of a podcast. This can all be edited out. But it's so much fun. Why would we edit it out?
Also, while
True.
Dom's taking care of that, thank you to everyone who subbed in the first half and everyone who followed. I didn't want to interrupt all of the action with individual callouts, and I didn't even want to sort of direct talk over Andy because Andy and people chatting are what you're here to hear. So, but thank you so much. We immensely appreciate the support. Hope you're
Yeah,
enjoying
appreciate
yourselves.
Stealing a loading face, friends. It says hatching dragons, which sounds hopeful, but it's been there for a while.
Your network might be a bit slowed down. You might consider closing out of Twitch temporarily if it's still
Sure.
open on your end.
Maybe it'll give it a boost.
Yeah, let me do that. Hang on. Dee-dee-dee.
Dee-biddy-dee-bee. Yeah, but no, we had nearly 100 people watching this at our max. Thank you everyone like coming in around 60, 70. We got to be like the number one, if not top 5 D&D streams tonight, which is amazing. So thanks everyone, for checking that out, watching this.
Magpie, he
We'll
says that the intense music behind this technical
This tech issue,
stuff is great. The tension. Are we going to fix it?
Well, I closed out of Twitch, and I basically like Chrome, started again, and we're still at a black screen saying loading. It's saying crafting spells list. now. But
Okay.
honestly, friends, it doesn't seem to be doing a huge amount, you know? There's nothing like whirring or
It says
ticking
it's
or
doing-
moving along.
No worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries.
You
give
may
it a second.
consider closing that tab entirely, and either, start a whole new tab and go to
Sure.
Roll20.
Sure.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you just tell me what you want to do and I can roll for you, I guess.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world at all.
Okay,
No
let's
worries.
see. Yeah, I completely killed that whole tab. We'll jump in again.
Roll20 is generally pretty good, but it can get
Oh.
buggy sometimes.
Hang on, I think we might have
I see your avatar.
progress. All right, cool. So I think we're good. So into my
Yay.
character thing. Yay! And what are you guys? What am I supposed to be
So
rolling?
first, click your avatar icon on the map so that it's kind of selected and has a rectangle around it.
Like that?
Sure. And then go into your character sheet
Yeah.
and click on the word initiative.
Initiative. Okay. Go. Hang on. Where is my initiative?
No, you're good. Yeah, so initiative is going to be kind of at the top, right next to your armor class or speed. There's a...
See the big red button that says normal? It's right below that.
And you click
Got
the
it.
word.
Okay, so just click that.
The word itself, yeah.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
Done.
Love it.
13.6. 16, is that right?
All right. Yep.
Perfect.
Put you in here.
Gross, it's Rachel said, he's a level 10 IT tech human.
I love it.
Nice. Unfortunately, your really good class ability is at level.
Right.
All right. With a 13, putting in descending order, that means Connie's going to go first, and up next is Makek. Right now, you see one of these mud creatures in front of you. What are you going to do?
Notice the terminology there.
One of.
Right,
Wait, what? I didn't
right
say what?
now was more what I was going for. There was a time
have a-
condition there.
Question before Connie starts doing stuff. Is this 5 feet spacing we have between us as spaced as we can get from each other when we're tied together?
You can get 15 feet. You have
Nice,
15 feet
okay.
of chain between the two of you.
Cool.
And Cryon and Makek are tied together, and Connie and Elif are tied
Okay.
So, we don't have any weapons. Connie is long-limbed, though, so my reach is 10 feet, correct?
Yes.
So Connie is going to take a step back.
Interesting. Okay. As you take a step back, your foot slides into a pocket of mud, but you feel something kind of hard and sort of elongated underneath your foot. You reach back and with your foot just kind of move it out of the mud a little bit. It is a giant spear. In fact, you kind of look around and there are sort of littered weapons all over this little battlefield here. Half of them submerged, but there is something there. So you have a spear now, if you'd like.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I will pick that up. I'll give a little, like a grunt to my new friends. Like I'll say like, ground weapons, and I will attack this mud monster from afar. I don't know what kind of attack roll you want me to use, or should I add the spear to my sheet?
No, you can use your regular attack, and then we can just modify it for a spear.
Okay.
And you'd have to step forward 5 feet to get within 10 feet of it. Because you don't have a reach weapon yet. Yeah.
That makes sense. So my stepping back, let's just say that the stepping back was like Connie's still really fucked up. And he kind of slipped and found the spear. But yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and do my my just two-handed pike attack.
Let's do it. Yeah. A 17 will hit. And it's roll a d8 then for your attack instead of a d10
for damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, +3. Yeah, it's even better. Yeah.
10 damage.
All right, you stab into this thing and just pull out a large clump of mud, and you hear it go. And yeah, Connie, you're just like, oh god, shit, this sucks. This is terrifying.
Yeah, this.
Would you like to move, or?
I've got a question.
Please.
Was the bounty on Elif, to capture her alive?
Yes.
If you stab me, Adam.
No, I was not considering stabbing you. I was considering pulling the chain so that you would be between me and the mud monster.
Wow.
It was alive, yes. Yeah.
But
you're coming into some hardcore
There's some history going on in this game.
Yeah.
I will step back and if there's any way that if I see another kind of weapon on the ground that looks useful, I might kick it over so it's closer to like all three of them in case anybody needs a closer weapon or something. But that'll be it.
All right. Yeah, you're kind of looking around. You don't see a ton right by you, but there are some over by them as well if they want.
Cool.
All right. Mikek is next.
Do I see anything that looks like a branch or a club or a staff, since Connie so eloquently grunted ground weapons?
It was ground, weapons.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got the commas through real clearly.
If you stepped up about 5 feet, leaning against this kind of makeshift ruined pillar, you can see a pretty sturdy staff there.
So I'll step forward the 5 feet and take that staff.
All right.
And Mikek's just gonna sort of, this isn't really what I wanted with my day. And as people look on, the staff almost looks like it grows scales. Like it almost starts to, the wood reforms into looking like a turtle's shell. And I cast Shillelagh on it.
Brilliant.
And then you said it's 15-foot chains, right?
Yeah.
So we can have 3 empty squares between us? Or
you
2
can be
empty.
15 feet away.
Okay, yeah. So 2 empty squares. And then I'll attack with Shillelagh.
All right. Elif, as he moves kind of on the other side of you, you have to kind of jump over the chain to keep from being tripped there as it's connecting him and Cryon. And yeah, please roll attack.
I just realized something. It didn't auto-populate a Shillelagh attack. Weird. I'll work on that off my turn. So it's that plus 5, 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Oof. Boom.
And that plus 3, so 8 damage.
All right, very nice. Yeah, you slam into this thing. A bit of kind of almost green sort of energy and almost a dust sort of flies off your shillelagh staff here. Slamming into this thing, a large chunk of mud just goes splat onto the ground. All right, Cryon, your turn next.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
But I have a dart. Is that correct? Is a dart something that would actually cause something like this damage, or is it not a
Yes.
worthwhile weapon?
Yeah, you have small little knives basically that are darts. Those were technically taken from you, but you could replace them right now with just kind of quickly looking around with some sharpened rocks that you could just fling at this thing, and you think that would hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's quite an adept stone thrower. Okay, in that case, I will choose to throw whatever the sharpest rock is in the vicinity. So am I rolling? What am I rolling? A D20?
Yeah, just go ahead and hit that dart attack then.
Okay, so is that a D20?
Yeah, so if you on your attack, if you just hit the name dart, it'll roll it for you.
There you go.
Attacks and spell casting. Beautiful. Ooh. A 19. Yes, absolutely that hit. Nice. You slam it into one of its wings, and the mud that you shot this dart at it, and the mud from the spray of landing onto the wing itself kind of makes the whole thing fall to the ground a little bit. It's not quite dead, but it's incredibly hurt.
Boom. Love that.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah.
Would you like to move? You still have movement. You can't go more than 15 feet.
I can't go too far, right? Since I'm connected and I want to slip up my party. Since I'm as far away as I can be from the monster, I think I'll probably stay put.
All right. Yeah,
I'm kind of covered here.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you, okay.
Your newfound friends are hanging in there for you. All right, Elif.
So Elif is going to take. I think she can take a 1 step diagonally back and still be. Yeah. Okay. And then she's going to cast Hex on the swamp.
Ooh. Got a spellcaster here, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm cursing it, and I'm picking Dexterity as the ability check that it has disadvantage on.
All right.
And then I'm going to hit it with well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Hopefully hit it with an Eldritch Blast.
All right. Fire one of those. What do your Eldritch Blasts look like?
So as she fires that off, she kind of starts laughing manically. She's going, I mean, I know we didn't want to be like trapped in jail, but this is kind of fun, right, guys? And just fire comes flying out of her hands. It looks like a fireball. Yeah. And hopefully hits the swamp monster.
Yeah, you sort of right next to Mikek's head, basically, this blast of fire shoots past your newfound turtle friend, slams into this mud monster, and just bakes the mud into a kind of clay. And then it topples to the ground, dead. Very nice.
Nice. That was quick. I didn't even have to roll the hex damage.
We have radically different definitions of fun. Also, nice shot.
Fun. This is so much fun. This is the best fun ever. This is so much fun. Fire.
Is there anything to salvage from the creature that the guards won't see? Like, does he have anything worthwhile? A sharp talon or a tooth or anything like that?
Yeah, I that instinct is awesome. And as you step forward to kind of go look at that. A few more bubbles of mud sort of spring out of this swamp.
Oh, one of them is right next to me.
Yes,
no,
right
I'm
next
a
to
spellcaster.
Elif. As she's sort of laughing maniacally, smiling, you just see this flapping mud creature raise above her head. And Elif, if you want to try to run, that's totally up to you.
Yeah, so I used 5 points of movement, but I used my I use my action and my bonus action, so I can't disengage. Correct.
Right.
But I'm
would
right
just have to
next to
book
one
it.
of them.
Hmm.
Andy.
I'm sorry.
She's got a point.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to get away from it.
All right. It's going to try to swipe at you.
Why were there 3 attacks? There's one of it.
Nope, sorry, only one of them. Only one of them.
Okay.
The 22 does hit for 7
Yes.
bludgeoning damage, I'm afraid. That hits you really hard in the back, and you kind of stumble forward, almost tripping over then the chain between Makek and Cryon. But luckily, you're able to hold onto your feet here.
Hey, actually, this isn't fun anymore, you guys. I lied. This isn't fun. Let's leave. Let's get out of here.
All right. Yeah, their turn. Cryon, one's gonna flap over to you and attempt to swing and hit you with its dirty, massive, muddy fists.
Fumble.
Oh,
This doesn't look great.
that's not great for them. As it tries to, it's flying at you and it's trying to come down on you. You easily just kind of step aside, and it slams into the mud itself and then scurries back just a little bit away from you. As it's doing that, you can swipe at it. You can punch this thing in the face if you want.
Is it my turn at this point?
Not technically. This is what's called an opportunity attack. So if they're really close to you and then they move, basically, you can have an extra attack on your turn here. So you can go ahead and attack.
Let's try. I have a kind of kicking ability. Excuse me, is that right? Could I swing a foot at him?
Yeah, you were well trained in martial arts, so you
Yeah.
can go ahead and throw that if you want.
Right.
So again, in your attack and spellcasting, just click on the martial arts.
Oh no. Oh, I got it. Martial attack.
Yes, martial attack. Beautiful. A 22 absolutely hits this thing. As it's scurrying back, you just kick at it, and as you do, mud flies off of your foot. This thing got hurt from that, certainly. It just starts hissing at you. Another one's gonna fly over to Connie.
Oof.
And it's gonna try to hit you there, Connie. So he rolled a 14. Does that hit?
My AC is 14.
Okay, that's 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my lord.
Oh, Connie. Damn.
Hey, you're still up.
day.
You're still
I'm
up.
still up. I'm
You're
down
okay.
to 1.
You're down to 1. All right. And the other one is coming to you, Makek.
This feels unnecessary.
It's gonna try to glob its giant fist, swinging wildly at you. 16?
Doesn't hit.
You just turn your back. Your giant shell just takes the brunt of this mud that is now just splattered over you, but no damage at all. All right, Connie, your turn.
So Connie just got basically like hit in the face with like a mud pie.
Yeah, sure.
A way
mean-
of characterizing the attack.
It hurt a lot, more than most mud pies do.
Sure. Connie is furious. He's going to enter a rage.
Ooh, as a bugbearian, that should be fun.
You stole
I made your
from
joke.
me.
It's the only pun I can do is one I steal from other people.
Yeah. So while raging, I have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and when I make an attack, I get a bonus to the damage roll. Lena, you can walk me through this.
Oh,
You've been playing a barbarian for.
what do you need to know?
I mean, all I want to do for now is attack this guy in front of me with my spear. It doesn't matter that I'm right up next to it, right?
No, you're good.
Cool. I'm doing it.
All right.
21.
21 hits.
Nice.
And I roll a d8 for damage.
Yeah. A D8 plus,
But then I'll...
or plus 5 if you're
then I'll-
raging. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm raging.
All right. 8 damage to it. Yeah, you stab into this thing too, and its mud is now dripping down the spear onto your hands. It's very gross.
But it's still up.
It is still up.
Okay. I am going to... Oh my god, if I try to move, I provoke an opportunity attack. I guess that will be it, and I'll just hope it attacks Cryon. Or that it's dead before, or that it's dead before it can get to me.
All right.
It's my turn.
McKeck is up right now, and Dom, you're going to be next after this.
Yeah.
So I just watched Connie get smacked, and he's kind of wobbling again.
Yeah. Yeah, his hat fell to the ground. His kind of muddy hair, now greasy muddy hair.
So
The only thing
this thing in
else.
front of me attacked me. I don't like that. So I'm going to swing my shillelagh at it. 14,
That hits.
6 bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning, if it matters.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then McKeck's going to look over. Tumble downs, flower crowns. We heal you when you need it. And I'm going to use Bomb of the Summer Court, which isn't fully in yet. Sorry, I forgot that I hadn't put this ability in. As a bonus action, I can choose a creature within 120 feet of me, and I roll a d6. They regain that much HP, and they also gain temporary hit points equal to the number of dice that I rolled. So, Connie, you regain 5 hit points, and you have 1 temporary hit point.
Oh, yay. It's like my own kind of personal shell.
Nice. Yeah.
A small and like a little sort of mote of light will pop off of McKeck, and as it like hits you, it temporarily forms a flower crown around your now hatless head.
Oh, that is... Connie, if he could see it, if he had a mirror, he would be so angry. He'd go to twice a rage.
And are you going to move, McKeck?
No.
Okay.
Or actually,
I think we're then on to...
sorry, I will move. I will move 1 square just to give Cryon a little bit of flexibility.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate it.
You think that would take an opportunity attack against you? All right. So, pinging on another house rule. If you are within engagement range of a creature and then you move, we ping that opportunity attack rather than... I feel the rule as written is a little weird that you can just sort of walk around them in circles. Feels odd. But anyway, so he's gonna swipe at you, and
Fuck me.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's a crit hit on the healer. Okay. It's just fucking sweet. He will gain an inspiration die. But it is 10 damage.
I have regrets.
As you're going by, this thing grows mud claws and just tries to slash into you with it making this horrible, icky sound. All right. Cryon, you're up.
So I'm going to claim, excuse me, a little inexperience points here and kind of ask either my crew or the dungeon master, like, what would you guys do? Like, what do I have in my arsenal? Obviously, I have creatures quite close to me. Is there any kind of opportunity here for me to kind of do a melee hit of 2 of the guys, or possibly even 3 of the guys? I'm not sure what the best thing is here, because we're in a bit of trouble here. Huh?
Yeah, we are.
It's a little bit. So probably what I would suggest is you can make 1 melee martial attack, just kick the hell out of this guy.
Yeah.
And then you can use one of your 2 key points to make 2 more attacks.
Oh, sweet.
So you can get 3 attacks going this round if you want to do that. And
yeah, why not?
That'll help you hopefully maybe take care of this guy, and then you can move on in between those attacks if you want.
Cool. So I start with a martial attack, yeah?
Yeah, definitely do that.
Okay.
See what happens to it. 18 definitely hits.
Nice.
Yeah, 6 damage. That's really good.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, you 6 damage. You like jump in the air, swing your foot so fast, little water droplets are thrown across, even getting on Elif a little bit.
Sorry,
you
Elif.
slam into this thing.
Hope it didn't ruin your hair.
It's for 6 damage. All right, then I would do that key point, and then you get 2 more melee attacks. So go ahead and do another one if you want.
So another martial attack?
Yeah. Martial attack.
Okay.
13 hits for 5 more damage. All right, you're just wailing on this guy.
Nice. And then one final one, you said? Is that right?
Yep, 1 more.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed, because I'm still in harm's way with this guy.
A little bit. 20, not natural, but 20 certainly hits for another 4 damage. Very good. This thing is really hurt at this point, as when you leapt in the air, you just all of your attacks before you even landed again. And this thing is now having trouble. It can't fly at all. It settles back on the ground and starts hissing at you. It's still alive, but incredibly hurt from that. And probably your best bet is to stay there and just kind of as best you can. If you move, it'll get a swipe at you. So
I think I'll stay put.
Beautiful, very nice, very nice. Elif, your turn.
Come on, Elif.
Did you all not hear me saying we should leave? You were just all standing there getting hit. What are we doing? I'm gonna bonus action move my hex to which one looks most hurt? The one that's just by Makek or the one that's in between all 3 of them?
Yeah, the one Cryon just went crazy on looks really, really hurt.
How hurt does Makek look?
Barry.
Everyone looks pretty hurt, except Cryon. Actually, Cryon's doing fine.
I'm gonna move my
really
hex to the one that's just by Makek.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Beautiful.
I do not look as excited this time. I look freaked out.
Nice.
But that's a 22.
That's a great roll.
Ooh, 12 damage. Very nice.
Wow.
That was the one.
Then necrotic damage for Hex.
All right.
Yes.
Oops, I clicked twice. The first one. And another 4 damage. So 16 total damage to the one. Yeah, the one up there.
Very nice. Yes, this is, I love it. Yeah, this fiery bolt whizzes behind you. You feel the heat of it again, Makek, on the back of your shell. And you just hear then the screeching of this creature. It looks incredibly hurt now as well, and is kind of settled on the ground, waiting, looking at each of you, trying to decide who it wants to attack next.
But I didn't manage to kill it.
Not quite.
Dang it. Okay, and I'm also gonna move back 5 feet, because I think I still have that range, even though I'm tight.
All right, Cryon. This one over by you starts to flap up again, and come along to the right side of you, trying to find a little bit of an opening.
So is it my turn?
Not
No,
quite.
you're just getting
it is.
attacked.
Yeah.
This is the
I'm just
sad
getting well
part.
done. Thank you.
Oh, that's you.
All right.
It burped on you.
So you see this thing kind of make another one of these bubbles that it sort of came out of in its chest, and then it releases and pops that all over you. This hot, almost acidic mud then hits you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. So in your character sheet,
Dexterity
Yeah.
saving throw. So just hit the dexterity button?
yep, hit that. Beautiful.
Made it.
11 is exactly what you needed. You are just able to kind of dodge almost in slow motion out of the way of this nasty acidic thing.
Nice.
Yeah, and then you see the mud that it just hardens into almost rock. And if you are really lucky, you were not involved in that.
Woo!
Good job dodging that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one next to you, Connie, is going to try to bite at you with its nasty mud maw. 9 misses you, though. As it tries to go for you, you take your spear and just kind of shove it away so it can't quite get to you. And then Heck, same thing. It's going to try to slam a fist into you.
Kindly leave Mikek alone.
And
Please stop.
No!
Oh, that's really bad. That's a crit hit.
That's a crit hit.
Heal her down! Heal her down!
Oh man. Did you accidentally? No, oh darn. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. It slams into you and kind of wraps its muddy claws around your neck and sort of tries to smush you into the ground a little bit. But you're unconscious now, Mikek, from that.
Oof.
Right. Connie, your turn.
Does his lack of consciousness affect my
Nope.
temporary hit point situation?
Nope.
No?
It's not a concentration effect or anything else. It's just when I use it, you get them.
Sweet. I am attacking this mud monster again, and this time, Andy,
Yeah.
I am trying to kill it.
Okay.
The last time I wasn't trying to kill it. I understand that that's why he didn't die, but this time I'm
Sure.
trying to, okay?
I got you now. Sure.
Just me.
Gotcha. A 16 definitely hits.
Nice.
So another D8.
Yeah. Plus 5. That'll be 8 damage. You skewer this thing entirely and rip the spear up, and just 2 halves of a muddy creature just kind of fall to the ground completely lifeless. Well done.
Nice.
You killed that.
Okay. I'd like to suggest that in this bog, Connie manages to find just like a little patch of clean enough bog water that he sees a reflection of the halo over his head, and he
All right.
kind of sputters and he's like, "Argh!" and he sweeps down and picks up his hat and shoves it back on his head over the halo.
All right. You gonna move, Connie?
No, that's my turn.
All right. Sounds good. Mikek, go ahead and give me our first death saving throw.
That's a
A
fail.
6. You all feel Mikek slipping just a bit. That was a really, really hard hit that he took. It doesn't look good for old Mikek. All right, cry on.
I don't have any heat. Sees any of any sort, right?
Right. You could rush over to him and try to sort of bandage his wounds with a medicine check.
Can I? I think I probably want to do that.
Okay.
Mikek appreciates.
Medicine. All right.
If you do that, he's probably going to get a swipe at you. Just so you know.
Yeah. It might be. It might be worth the risk, right?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Whatever you think.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Oh
my gosh!
Did I just roll a 20?
You rolled a
Crit hit at your medicine check.
medicine check.
You are welcome. Boom.
That's awesome.
You, Cryon, this is okay. So, first things first. As you run over to him, This thing swipes at you, but a 12 does not hit you. You leap into the air just as it swiped at your feet, and you land right next to McKeck. And you see him, the light, slowly going out of his eyes. You see he's got definitely some wounds. He's been scraped really hard. He's bleeding pretty bad. You quickly take some of the grass, the long grass in the field around you, rip it out. You tie it around his arm and make just, a nice little tourniquet there. And then you notice in his crown of flowers, he's got a few of the herbs that he needs to actually use as kind of a smelling salts. So you tie him up and you bandage him real quick, and then you rub those herbs together right under his nose. McKeck, you actually take a large breath of fresh air again. You are back at 1 hit point, my friend. But you are conscious again. And just so you know, Crown, that is not a thing that normally happens when you go to stabilize someone. They are usually unconscious for a very, very long time. But because you found those flowers in the crown itself, you were able to revive him completely.
A+.
Clutching victory from the jaws of defeat.
Hell yeah.
A+ for
awesome.
execution.
Elif, your turn.
I guess we're just not leaving because now he's laying on the ground. And okay, sure, this is fine. This is totally fine. Good job fixing him at least.
Elif's treating this like a party that she doesn't like.
And I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on the same one I did last time, the one that just tried to kill.
Okay, very good.
There it is.
Oh yeah, crit
There's
hit!
our own crit hit.
Nice.
I'll go ahead and roll for you there. It is, if he had a weapon, it would have just shattered at that point, but you slam your Eldritch Blast into this thing, and it just goes and obliterates into bunches of just tiny droplets of mud that spray over every single person here in almost a fine mist. It is completely dead as well.
Woo! Maybe this is fun again, you guys. Maybe this is nice. I don't know. Are you guys having a good time? I think I'm having a good time.
No.
And I'm gonna move my hex to the last one standing with a bonus action, and that's my.
All right. Very good. Very nice. Connie, it is your turn.
Cool. Wow, we're doing good. We're doing good. Connie will.
Is this good? It's enough. It looks like.
I think it's good. Connie, I think, needs to drag. Oh wait, no, I
You
am
have
within
reach.
range,
Yeah.
so I can attack this guy without dragging Elif into the mud behind me. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy about that, Elif. You could be taking a mud bath, but instead,
Why would I be happy about that?
you're happy that you're not being dragged through the mud.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you were going to drag me through the mud.
All right, I'll go in for the kill.
All right. 14 hits, yeah. A D8 plus 5, 9.
9 damage.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, he looks hurt. He's having a bit of a hard time flapping, but he's still up, and he looks incredibly angry.
Cool.
You're remembering to add your rage damage.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that is built
Yeah, the
in
plus
right now,
5 is what-
5.
yeah.
Oh, nice, smart. You built it in. I just had to always remember to add it in.
Andy's
for.
I got you.
Andy's doing the work for me. I'm spoiled.
No, you're good. You're good. Any movement, Connie, or you gonna stand your ground here?
You know what? Connie saw Cryon crawl over to Mikak or walk
Yeah.
over, whatever.
Jump,
he did.
leap over. Yeah, the cooler thing.
He saw that unexpectedly, inspiring bit of healing. If it was a 19, Connie wouldn't have given a shit. But a crit hit.
It was a great.
Connie was so impressed by that, and by the fact that Cryon found the flowers in the little crown.
Yeah.
He's weirdly, for the first time in this whole session, He kind of feels some camaraderie with you all.
Aww.
And now he is going to drag Aleph behind him so that he can get between Cryon and this guy.
Nice. So the chain goes taut between the two of you, but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't actually drag her.
Connie's going to give it a jerk to purpose.
Oh, okay.
Trying to drag me.
Yeah.
You want to be able to
Yeah, let's go ahead and give strength checks here real quick.
I have advantage because I'm in the rage.
Yeah.
just a straight check.
Yeah. Oof, 19.
Connie's also
Connie.
mad that Aleph is like, let's leave.
Elif, you get drug through the mud just a little bit, barely able to even stand on your feet as this giant beast of a creature just very easily pulls you toward him.
What is wrong with you, you big bad stupid bugbear? What the heck are you doing to me? Fucking stop it right now!
That was camaraderie. Wait, let me find the voice.
It's not camaraderie.
I gotta find the voice. That was camaraderie. I promise that was a positive thing.
I literally do not know what you were talking about. You're making no sense and you just do crazy stuff.
We'll talk about it later.
Holy shit. Alright. McKeck. You're laying on the ground, covered in a lot of mud. You kind of look up and you see a smiling face of a halfling right above you.
Thank you for that. And okay.
You're welcome, my friend.
Fuck these things. And as you're looking down at him crying, you're going to see the turtle shell, like, twist and change. And then standing where McKeck was is now a wolf.
Whoa, interesting.
I am using a wild shape. The wolf also has a flower crown.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna put your McKick character just up here, but yeah, you are.
I don't have control of the wolf.
Oh, well, you can tell me where to go with it.
Just position, actually, just into engagement range, blocking the mud thing off from Cryon.
There, actually, technically, now you should. Yeah, beautiful. All right.
Wolf is just sort of.
Love it. All right, Cryon. That was weird.
So I don't seem to be able to access my character sheet right now. It's like there's a weird thing that faded Cryon Thane name, and then there's the opportunity to kind of maximize the thing, but when I do it, nothing seems to happen. I think I can still access my die menu. So
Yeah.
Dom, can you double click that faded?
Yeah, it might
Window?
pop up if you double click it.
No, it doesn't. If I double click it, it doesn't
Oh, no worries.
seem to do anything. It says
can
edit.
also- Yeah, you can also. I can.
Oh,
roll
hang on!
for
It
you.
just got bigger. I totally got it, you guys. I'm
Oh,
so-
sweet.
So is there a
yeah.
chance? Go on.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
going
no.
to say, is there a chance that Cryon could be able to thread the needle in between the wolf and Connie to throw another dart at this creature?
You can certainly try. Yes.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to
Don't roll
dart button.
super poorly. Oh yeah, absolutely. With a 20 roll, not that 20, you're able to, throw another one of those sharpened stones right between the two of them.
Yeah.
Slamming into this thing for 7.
Nice.
It's now the wing flops off onto the ground. It has to go down into the muck itself, and it's actually looking kind of terrified and a very dangerous cornered animal here.
I think that might be my go. I think I'm going to stay where I am. I'm covered by two pretty tanky creatures in front of me, so I think I'm going to stay put.
100%. Yeah, perfect. Elif.
I think Lena's mad at me.
Yeah. So no, I'm not mad at you. Aleph is mad at you.
Yeah.
I already moved hex to that one, right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Beautiful.
Sorry, it's like delaying sometimes. 14.
14 hits. Yeah, trying to almost hit Connie. Like you go, you shoot right next to his head just so he knows you could have hit him if you wanted to. You then slam into this thing. And please describe to me how you murder it.
Okay, so Elif, kind of laughing while also looking angry, is gonna throw her fireball at it and go, "Camaraderie! I'll freaking show you camaraderie!" And it'll blast into its chest and explode it.
Boom.
Beautiful. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of combat finally.
Whew.
Wow.
Now, where are the guards? Do we have an opportunity to rest, or are the guards gonna very quickly get us back into step with those guys?
Yeah, it looks like they're laughing and joking around and actually pretty impressed that you seem to be able to do this. And they're kind of casually strolling over to you at this point. The knight on a large armored war horse is coming over as well.
Nothing to salvage from these creatures?
Yeah, you do have a moment. You can kind of search around if you want.
I would.
Yeah. Is that based on someone's turn, or is anyone?
Yeah, we're out of turn order now, so you can kind of just describe what you'd like to do.
Well, if we have a chance, I'd love to see if there's anything that I can salvage from these creatures: a claw, a tooth,
Yeah.
anything that might make sense for us as a weapon.
Also, Andy,
Nice.
I would let
Yes.
you decide this, but the significantly large macaque turned into a wolf, which, while still a hefty creature, is significantly smaller than him. I would imagine the manacles slipped off.
They did appear to.
So, Cryon,
So-
you are no longer chained to anyone.
Boom.
You are manacled, yeah, still kind of together with your hands, but you are no longer, chained to anyone.
So do I make is it a sleight of hand roll? Is that what I make?
Yeah, let's make an investigation check.
Investigation.
As you are kind of quickly looking through the mud and the remnants of these horrible creatures.
Could I look around as well in wolf form?
Sure, yeah. Investigation check.
Investigation? Cool.
There is a little delay on this die, huh?
Nat
My
20.
gosh. A 20 from Cryon and a nat 20 for a 24 from McKeck.
Woohoo!
Jesus.
Ending
Between-
strong.
Between the two of you, you find basically any kind of weapon you want at this point. And if you kind of were hoping to find a weapon in here, there are many of them scattered throughout here. You can easily kind of pick one if you'd like. And also, Cryon, you find a small gold pouch with about 10 pieces of gold in it, it sounds like. And Makak, you find a ring. And it's quite beautiful. It's silver and got kind of a red inlay of some sort of material you're not sure of.
So the thing that I'll want to find would be a wooden shield. That's okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You find that pretty easily, yeah.
I think maybe in the explosion that was caused by Elif, the fireball, one of these creatures' claws came clean off, and since the size of Cryon's hands are not massive, it actually fits snug in between his index finger and middle finger, and is basically a curved, small scimitar-like dagger.
Nice.
Awesome.
Beautiful, yeah. So you have that as a dagger.
Thank you,
now
Elif.
that you can do. Yeah,
Cool.
beautiful.
So while they're searching in the mud, Elif is gonna go, "Whoa, that was so much fun!" Cran, was that part of the plan? Was that the plan all along? We got to explode things because you are really good at planning. If you planned all that.
The wolf is also, as the guards approach, just growling.
Yeah, Connie's growling too. He's just standing there, like, breathing heavy and just staring angrily at the guards.
Luckily,
He's ready to lash out.
He hasn't yet noticed that the flower crown has moved above the level of the hat.
Oh no!
As the guards approach, they pull out crossbows and spears again, and you hear the voice from the rider. That was exceptional. Several others have not done quite as well as you, and their remnants are scattered throughout this bog. Fascinating. Well, if you don't mind, back into the carriage. All of you. I will take this into consideration when deciding your punishments.
Wait, no. What? I thought this was the punishment, right? Fighting the mud monsters. We've been punished. That was pretty adequate. I am so punished. I didn't enjoy that at all. So we should definitely be gone. You should let us go. Yeah.
I think not. This is beyond my hands, but I will put in a good word for you. Should help a bit, I'd say. Come now, into the carriage.
How many guards are there?
There is him, who is quite formidable, and 4 other guards.
How hurt do my teammates look?
Quite.
I think as we head towards the carriages, I fall in step with Elif, and Crayon says, "Let's bide our time. There'll be an opportunity soon."
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to trust you on that, but only because you planned this. You got us here, and I got to blow things up. So for now, I'll believe you.
Okay.
Connie McKeck? Are you?
Connie's just, he's just staring for now. God help him. Sorry, Hrugek help him. It's the bugbear deity.
It's the bugbear deity.
Hrugek help him. He might have learned his lesson. He's not attacking. He'll probably be the last person to walk toward the carriage, though. He'll probably wait as long as he can and just try to stare down this guy.
The wolf is just trotting along with a shield on its back.
Okay, nice. All right. So Elif, and Connie, you're still tied together. They put you in the cart. They slip your chains through one of the kind of ringed circular metal pieces and stuck into the bottom of the carriage. And you're pretty fastened.
Did they take my spear?
They did take your spear. Yes, they took your spear.
Before they could get to it, I broke it in half.
Okay. So they go to reach for it, and you just
and I toss it to the ground.
Yeah. But they take your shield, but they do place it nicely in the back of the carriage. So if you want to hold on to that, you're fine.
Wait, that was an option?
You didn't wait for that.
Connie is regretting breaking his spear now.
And give me a sleight of hand check, Cryon, just to see how well you can hide this newfound dagger.
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty preoccupied with stuff, so it shouldn't be too hard, but an 8.
He's got to have inspiration for something, right?
maybe
for getting himself captured earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, yeah. So this is what it is. You see one of the guards kind of look down at your hand with the dagger in it, and you try to hide it as best you can. And he looks over at the knight on the horse, and he looks back at you, and then he just doesn't say a word, and he kind of smiles at you a tiny bit.
Oh, we may have an inside.
Interesting.
So he puts you into the cart. You don't think you actually hid it from him, but it does seem like he's not doing anything about it now. As the wolf gets into the cart, they try to kind of like look for a place to put manacles on the wolf and just sort of give up. They shut the door and latch it from the outside, and they seem pretty content with that. And you do notice then, as they're doing this, that the sort of fearful restraints that they were having on you have lightened, I guess, a bit, for how well you've done so far. All right, you are in the carriage. You notice that the knight rides well ahead of you. He's just booking it back to town. The rest of them are kind of getting everything ready in the carriage itself. And as you go on your way back to town, the road is kind of bumpy. You're exhausted and sweating from the fight. You're all kind of breathing hard. All of you look tired, if not hurt, except for Cryon, who didn't seem to get hurt at all in that one. And then there's kind of a quiet settle in. You actually start to relax a bit. And you hear a as arrows whiz through the air. Find purchase in the carriage driver itself. You hear him slump to the ground. The carriage is still moving, and the guards next to you start to rush around and are really excited and are starting to shout. And then more arrows. You're pretty sure that your small little group is getting attacked by bandits. And as the carriage continues to move on, and you see raggedy dressed men and women with arrows attacking now the guards next to the carriage itself, you actually realize that the carriage is gaining a bit of speed, and a little more speed. And the carriage is going faster and faster. The horses seem to be running away entirely with the carriage, still going toward the town, but going incredibly fast. You are locked at the moment in a runaway carriage, seemingly with no guards around you. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that is where we're going to end tonight's session of Dom and Dragons.
Wow.
Woohoo! Holy shit. Well, that concludes tonight's episode. And if you enjoyed this, let us know. Give us a follow here on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming, on Twitter at Helpful Goat, and Facebook at Helpful Goat, at Dom's Wild Things on Twitter. And of course, you probably know him from Instagram as well. What is, is that Dom?
It's
underscore?
Dom. Someone stole my Dom. Yeah, good times. Dom _ Monaghan at Instagram.
Beautiful.
If you just put in Dom Monaghan, it'll find.
Yes, that's mostly how I found it. Yeah. And yeah, look, listen to the podcast. This is going to be in the Goats and Dragons podcast. Probably starting next week. We're getting exactly when that is. Our editor is going to get this episode up as quick as they can, and then as soon as that happens, we'll let you know exactly when that's dropping. If you can support us by going to our coffee page at co-fi Helpful Goat if you really want to get involved in that, or you can type !donate in the chat, and that'll get you to that as well. And if you enjoyed the community and the people in the chat tonight, you can type in !Discord, and that'll give you a link to the Discord itself, where we hang out, play games, talk about Dungeons and Dragons. It's just a really awesome little community, and you are all invited. You're all welcome to come to that. We will drop all the links in our socials coming up here for all of this, and if you want to show some friends or tell other people that fucking Dominic Monaghan played Dungeons and Dragons, which is the coolest thing in the world. Yeah, you can that.
That was great, you guys.
and we'll do that. So yeah, from all of us on Dom and Dragons tonight, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.